Chapter 10 Determiners. Defining a determiner. Look at these phrases: the best boy, my brother, that tree, every student, some mistake. The words printed in color letter are determiners. Determiners are words which identify or specify a noun in some way. Adjectives and determiners. Look at these two phrases. Difficult problem, this problem. In the first phrase, the word difficult describes the problem. It tells us what kind of problem we are talking about, so it is an adjective. In the second phrase, the word this does not describe the problem. It determines or specifies the problem. It points out a particular problem and says this problem, so it is a determiner. An adjective describes a noun. A determiner determines a noun, points it out. An adjective tells some special quality of a noun, tells what kind a noun is or how many there are. A determiner tells which one. Adjectives and determiners are parts of a noun phrase. We can never use a singular countable noun alone, that is, without a determiner. Kinds of determiners. Determiners. Articles: a, an, the. Demonstratives: this, that, these, those. Possessives: my, our, your, his, her, etc. Distributives: either, neither, each, every. Qualifiers: some, any, much, many, several, etc. Interrogatives: what, which, whose, etc. Articles: we already know that there are three articles in English: a, an, and the. Of these, a and an are indefinite articles, while the is a definite article. An article is placed before a noun. If there is an adjective before a noun, the article is placed before the adjective. A worker, a competent worker. The wall, the right wall. An. We use a and an before countable in the singular number. A train, a question, a player, an uncle, an umbrella, an experiment. We use a before countable in the singular number beginning with a consonant sound. A lecture, a platform, a building, a one-eyed man, a European, a uniform policy. A one-eyed man, W sound. A European, U sound. A uniform policy, U sound. We use an before a countable in the singular number beginning with a vowel sound. An ant, an artist, an instrument, an honest man, an MA, an honorable job. Notes: in honest and honorable, H is not sounded, so these words begin with a vowel sound. In MA, M is sounded as M, EM, so it begins with a vowel sound. Note the use of a in the following expressions: a pity, a shame, a pleasure, a noise, a rage, a nuisance, a headache, a toothache, a bad cold. In a whisper, in a low voice, in a loud voice. To be at a loss, to be in a hurry. The. The is the definite article. We have to use it before a noun whenever we want to make it a particular. The train by which I came. The information I received. The books I usually read. The mercy the king showed. The can be used both with the countable, train, books, and the uncountables, information, mercy, and it can be used with the countables both in the singular number, train, and the plural number, books. We use the with a noun that has already been mentioned. I got a camera and a watch as birthday presents. The watch is beautiful, but the camera doesn't click. We say a camera and a watch because when we mention them for the first time, they could be any camera and any watch, but after being mentioned once, they get particularized. So when we mention them again, we have to use the with them. We use the when it is clear from the situation which people or things we mean. The principal is taking a round of the school. The principal of our school. May I use the telephone? We use the with superlatives. The brightest star in the sky. The most hilarious act. We use the with such phrases as immediately single out or specify a person or object. The first building, the last day, the next candidate, the only child, the same pen, the chief aim. We use the with a common noun when the noun represents the whole class. The donkey is a beast of burden, all donkeys. The cow feeds on grass, all cows. We use the when there is only one of something, when there is something unique, earth, moon, sun, sky, equator, north pole, east, west. The equator divides the earth into two hemispheres. The sun shines over the north pole for 6 months. The nouns we have mentioned above are often described as nouns of a unique reference. We use the with the names of rivers, the Brahmaputra, the Godavari, seas and oceans, the Arabian Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, mountain ranges, the Aravalis, the Vindhyas, holy books, the Gita, the Quran, trains, ships, aeroplanes, the Shatabdi Express, the Ashoka, newspapers, the Indian Express, the Statesman, well-known buildings, the Red Fort, the Lotus Temple, countries of the name, the United States of America, the United Kingdom. The words states and kingdom are we use the with adjectives when those adjectives are used as nouns. Law should be fair to the lucky as well as the unlucky. There should be equal opportunities for both the rich and the poor. Note the use of the in the following: the more, the merrier, the nearer, the church, the farther, from God. Eggs are sold by the dozen. Petrol is sold by the liter. We say go to the cinema, the theater. I often go the theater but I haven't been to the cinema for a long time. We usually say the radio but television without the. Note the use of the in the following expressions: on the one hand, on the other hand, to speak the truth, to read in the original, to play the sitar. Articles with proper nouns. As a rule, a proper noun does not need an article. Shakespeare was a great dramatist. Mumbai is a coastal city in India. However, if a proper noun is used like a common noun, it may need a, an, or the with it. We need a Gandhi to solve our problems. Sachin Tendulkar is a Bradman of India. In the first sentence, a Gandhi means a man as wise or as great as Gandhi. In the second sentence, the Bradman means the player of Bradman's ability. Omission of articles. We normally do not use any article when a noun is used in the general sense. Man is mortal. We are talking of a man in the general sense. With nouns that name materials. Paper has become very expensive. She made a heavy investment in gold. But when these nouns are particularized, we use the with them. The paper used in this book is of a superior quality. With plural nouns when they denote a class. Children have a fertile imagination. Animals can also be friendly. With the names of meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. She invited all her friends to lunch. Dinner should be taken much before bedtime. With the names of disease, malaria, typhoid, but the measles, the mumps. Malaria is no longer a killer disease. Quite a few children suffer from the mumps. With language and branches of knowledge. English, Hindi, history, mathematics. English means the English language. The English means the English people. English is the language of the English. Japanese is a difficult language. With the names of days, months and seasons. Sunday is a holiday. Our school is closed for summer vacation in June. Spring is a season of great rejoicing. With these phrases, to go to bed, to go to work, to go home, to take place, to take part in, to take interest in, to take care of, to make use of, to take heart, to take to heart, to lose heart, to be in debt, to be at fault, out of doors, at first sight, from head to foot, to set foot on, to take to task. And with these phrases, by bus, by car, by air, by sea, by hand, on foot, by mistake, on duty, on strike, in case, in trouble, at times, at hand, at last, all day, all night. Most of the children come to the school by bus. I put your book in my bag by mistake. With words like father, mother, uncle, because in a given situation they are just like a proper noun. Father has just come from the office. Mother has not been well since yesterday. In headlines, notices, email messages, etc. President inaugurates trade fair. The president has inaugurated the trade fair. Lost brown colored purse in playground. A brown colored purse has been lost in the playground. Come for interview 15th July. Come for an interview on the 15th of July. Note, see how the use of omission of an article changes the meaning. The man is sitting in the front of the car. The man is sitting in front of the car. Majority of the children here go to school, go to study. I went to the school to meet an old teacher of mine to the school building. We use words like prison, hospitals also in the same way. The repetition of articles. Look at these sentences. I can see a white and a black cow grazing in the field. Two cows, one white and the other black. I can see a white and black cow grazing in the field. Only one cow which is black and white. The director and the producer of the movie were not present. Two persons, one director and the other producer. The director and producer of the movie was not present. Only one person who is both the director and the producer. Possessives: my, our, your, his, her, its, their. Read the following passage. Mr. Ayers is a family of great artists. He is an excellent tabla player. His wife plays sitar. Together they have given many memorable public performances. Their daughter Tanu is learning Kathak and her guru speaks very highly of her talent. Mark my words, Mr. Iyer, he said once, your daughter will one day win great acclaim as a dancer. Their son Dhruv has written a novel which has received very encouraging reviews. Its theme is the need of communal harmony in our country. The words printed in colored letters in this passage are all determiners. They are called possessives because they possess the nouns that follow them. My book, my books, your purse, your purses, and they can be used before the countables as well as the uncountables. Our minister, our ministers, our duty. Distributives: either, neither, each, every. Either. Either has two meanings. Any of the two different persons or things. You can take either bus, any of the two buses. Either book can serve any purpose equally well, any of the two books. The both. Tall multi-story buildings have come up on either side of the road, on both the sides. Neither. Neither is the opposite of either. It means not the one nor the other. Neither candidate deserves our support. You should take neither side. Each, every. We use each when we think of things separately one by one. Talk to each child separately. We use every when we think of things as a group. The meaning is without exception. Every child needs love and protection. We use each of a small number, preferably 2, or the number in the group should at least be limited, definite. Every is used when the number is large or indefinite. Each side of the square has the same length. Every Indian must be proud of their country. Quantifiers: some, any, much, many, several, a lot of, etc. Look at these sentences. Many trees have been thoughtlessly cut down. I had to face a lot of trouble in reaching your house. Some medicines have serious side effects. Have you read any new novel recently? For the teacher, it is now common to use a plural possessive there with every in order to avoid gender bias. He takes no interest in his business. Our success is the result of much planning. The words printed in colored letters are the quantifiers. Quantifiers tell us something about number of quantity. Quantifiers like many of several suggest number. They are used with the countables. Many pens, several trees. Quantifiers like much and a little suggest quantity. They are used with the uncountables. Much ink, a little rice. Quantifiers like some and any can be used with both the countables and the uncountables. Some books, some tea, any shirts, any bread. Some, any. Some and any can refer to both quantity and number. Some milk, some toffees, any news, any new books. Some is used in affirmative sentences. We have invited some friends to tea. I need some paper to write on. Any is normally used in negative sentences. The employees haven't done any work since morning. Tashi hasn't made any friends so far. Both some and any can be used in interrogative sentences. If we expect an answer in yes, we use some. If we expect an answer in no, we use any. I am feeling very thirsty. Could you give me some water? Can you do this work yourself? Do you need any help? Sometimes any can also be used to mean it does not matter which one, or who, or when. You can give me any pen you can spare. My doors are always open for you. You can come any time. Much, many. Much is used before the uncountables, a large quantity of. Much labor, much joy. Many is used before the countable in the plural number, a large number of. Many students, many artists. Little, a little, the little, few, a few, the few. Little, a little, the little denote quantity and are used before the uncountables. Few, a few, the few denote number and are used before the countables in the plural number. Little, not much, hardly any. It is used almost in the negative sense. There was little support for the strike. Hardly any. A little, at least some, though not much. We still have a little money with us. We can buy a decent dinner. The little, the whole quantity, though very little. The little rice that the shopkeeper offered me was of an inferior quality. Few, not many, almost none. This TV channel is not good. It shows few good programs, almost none. A few, some at least, though not many. Last evening, I went to the city center with a few friends. The few, all of them, though very few. The few trees left on the hillside do not bear any fruit. Interrogatives: what, which, whose, etc. Determiners that help to ask questions may be described as interrogatives. What, which, whose, how much, and how many are interrogatives. They can be used before any kind of noun. What train, what books, which basket, which baskets, which milk, whose bat, whose bats, whose cleverness.